What's up? Welcome to the Fat Benji podcast. How's everybody doing?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
I'm stoked to have you here.
I'm stoked to be here.
Guys, Sara Weinshenk is here.
I am here. Thank you for having me. The studio is really nice.
Oh, thanks. It's our friend's studio.
I know. I was just taking it all in.
I have no ownership over it.
Yeah.
Because you're like, how can I do this in my new house?
I know I can't.
I want to build something like this myself.
Yeah, I can't.
A little Jew voice in your head is like, I can do this too.
You know,
I already built a studio. Oh, I like this. I wonder how much it costs. I need 3 of them.
If I had a studio in my house, I don't think I would leave my house.
I've been thinking a lot about it. Sorry, Ari, if you're listening. But
A house studio?
it just sounds so much easier to get stuff done.
But then you have people in your house. Do you mind that?
I'm of the belief that the amount I can learn the nerdy stuff I think necessary to click a few things. Whereas I think if a more superior nerd comes to my house, sets me up and says, hey, Benji, this is how you do it. And maybe I meet with them a couple times. I think I'll be able to handle the tech stuff as long as someone comes and sort of designs the lighting and the videos.
Okay. So you can handle clicking a few buttons here and there.
I think so. And I'd like to start creating maybe more prepared pieces.
Oh.
And I feel like that would be easier to do if it's just like, hey, you know what? For the next few hours, I'm going to write a thing and I'm going to work on it and I'm going to record it. And then I could do 2-minute monologues. Because at first with the podcast, I was trying to be a little more writing things and saying things.
I remember, yeah, last time you had a monologue.
Yeah, no more. I'm just
no more?
Well, I think first off, I'm naturally lazy, but I knew I had to put in some effort. But then I started having a few episodes where I had all this prepared stuff to say.
And you never got to it?
And I never got to it because I enjoyed the conversation. So then I was like, well, I'm not doing work for nothing.
Yeah.
But now that I've stopped doing that, part of me is like, I think there's something to that. I just don't feel like integrating it into a conversation with someone else.
So you just want to have a studio at home so you can just make content?
I guess I'm just that nerd. But
that's what everyone is now.
I know. It's so sad. I hate it. Just to be clear, I hate it.
We didn't sign up for this.
I didn't sign up for this.
I signed up to talk about my pussy into a microphone. Now all of a sudden, I have a microphone at an office desk?
Yeah. You were just looking to make $40 a show in North Hollywood telling puss jokes.
Here I am trying to be an entrepreneur, think outside of the box.
Embarrassing myself in front of my family and friends.
Yes.
Opposed to in Burbank.
Yes, for years.
For years. I think
they stopped getting embarrassed. They're just desensitized at this point.
I still want to give myself some credit for managing my embarrassment. Like I usually didn't let my family come to my shows and this and that. Right. Certain friends could come, not all friends. But now I'm on the internet and friends are like, hey, yeah, so I heard some stuff you did. Not really for me. Or like, I've just dealt with all the judgment or family members listening who are old and maybe they're not quite the vibe. And it's just like, oh God, I was so safe before.
Family members listening is the scariest one.
Yeah.
Because I'm I don't know what I'm saying. Sometimes I black out. I don't remember anything that I said. Because I'm in the moment. Do you know what I mean? And then I rewatch the episode. I'm like, wow, I really revealed a lot there.
I wouldn't say I black out, Sara, but I do say things I regret.
Dude. I black out soberly. I'm living so in the moment that I don't even have control over what comes out of my mouth. It's just pure, I don't know.
You're shrooming in a mosh pit at a Fish concert.
Yes.
Podcast-wise, in terms of freeness. And
yes.
You don't even remember.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I really don't remember. I remember my sister got mad at me because I said something not nice about her. I didn't even remember saying it.
Wow.
And she was like, you said that. I don't even remember. That's my bad.
Well, then you're like a pure artist if you're just completely blacking out. You're like Jimi Hendrix, essentially.
No, not the Jimi Hendrix of podcasting.
My mistakes are my art. I'm Sara Weinshenk. Well, sorry, sis.
Sorry, I don't remember.
I've had some family things where I'll say certain things and then it'll get back to something, this and that. So that's definitely in my head.
You got to keep the family out of it.
I've gotten older and wiser.
Okay, yeah, you got to keep them out of it. They're
like,
you can talk about your trauma, but don't talk about everyone's collective family trauma.
What about when I have kids and I'm just saying all sorts of gnarly stuff on the internet? 'Cause my content probably wouldn't let me. All the stuff I've put now on the internet, I probably can't get certain jobs. If I tried to be a doctor for the next 10 years and became a doctor,
Benji,
you wouldn't. People would be like, that's my dentist? The guy yelling kike on the internet? That's my dentist?
It's too late for business casual.
We're in too deep.
We're in too deep.
You can't turn around and trick.
You can't. No, I've thought about it. There's no turning back now. Just double down.
Double down?
Double down, dude.
But this is so embarrassing.
But then once you get over it, you're free.
I think I feel the most bad for my unborn children.
Oh, yeah, you can't think about them either.
Because ideally, like if you're a big time celebrity who's made it in comedy,
Yeah.
you can kind of quit comedy while you have kids. This is the old way.
Yeah.
You get so big, you have kids,
Yeah.
then you disappear for a few years.
People forget about all the stuff
Then you
did.
start making children's movies.
Yes,
And
or
then-
sitcoms.
And then you go back to saying motherfucker and shit and fuck.
Yeah.
But we're not given that grace period.
No, honey. We're going to be podcasting with babies next to us.
I should have been a movie star by now.
Don't think that. It's never too late to become a movie star. That's
Mm-hmm.
what keeps me in Los Angeles.
Really?
No.
It started occurring to me that all my friends are famous, and I was like, do I write a movie for a famous friend? See if they do it?
Yeah.
Do that?
If that's in your heart.
Yeah.
If you want to write the movie. If there's a movie you want to write, yes. But if it's a movie that you're forcing yourself to write to sell a movie,
Yeah. Do what's organic.
do what's organic.
Double down on the says the girl who blacks out during podcasts.
I don't remember anything I say.
That's good energy though.
Yeah, because I'm just in it.
You're that's good. I feel like I try to achieve that and sometimes I struggle.
Some podcasts are easier than other podcasts, though.
What do you mean in terms of the
flow?
catharsis you have?
Yeah.
Are you going in? So one of my favorite quotes ever
Yeah.
is, and I'll say names because it's just funny and silly. I'm pretty sure it was Lizzie Cooperman,
Okay.
and I don't remember who told me the story, if it was Lizzie or Natasha or both of them, but it's Lizzie Cooperman and Natasha Leggero, and Lizzie Cooperman gets off stage, and Natasha's like, "Hey, how was it?" And Lizzie's like, "It was all right. I didn't have a catharsis or anything." And then Natasha goes, "Do you have to every time?"
That's so funny.
And I love that story.
Yeah, that's so good.
They're so funny, those girls, both of them.
Yeah, they are so funny. I don't know how Lizzie makes the keyboard funny, but she does.
She does.
It's crazy. I remember the first time seeing her being like, uh-oh, and then seeing her being like, whoa, this is actually really fucking funny.
It's really fucking funny.
Every time.
Yeah.
She's one of the only people I know who could do that and pull it off.
Blackout on stage, I might know one more girl.
I black out in pods.
So you went camping.
I went camping. Well, my boyfriend and his kids went camping, and I went home and slept in a bed at the end of the day.
Oh, you went day camping?
I hung out with them until s'mores, and then I went home.
That is the most prissy fucking shit ever. You went on a day camp?
I was like, all right, guys, sleep tight. Mommy's driving back to the valley.
A 35-minute drive home?
Yeah.
Camping over?
Camping over.
No regrets. At no
Honey,
point were you like,
No. I was like, I need a hot shower and a washing machine next to me at all times.
yeah. I was just at an Airbnb and it had this. I feel like I've seen every washing machine at this point.
Okay.
Hold on. And then this Airbnb had a fancy one. It was called, let me see, Swedish.
I mean, if you're impressed by the washing machine, it must have been a good washing machine.
It was called Electrolux.
What?
And I was like, what? So I'm just using the washing machine at the Airbnb and I'm like, this is a superior washing machine experience.
Really?
And then it was called Electrolux. And I was like, what the fuck is that? I've never, and then I Googled it and it's actually a Swedish company. And yeah.
You
it
want
was,
one?
I kind of do. I hate my washing machine and dryer.
What
And I
kind of-
bought new ones and I hate them.
What kind do you have?
LG. And everyone's
I do.
LG's good.
I
LG's
also
good.
have an LG. Does
And
it drop a track every time it's done? Like it plays a full song?
Yeah, you can turn that off if you don't like it.
I need that shit off. It's the most annoying.
Yeah.
It was like, I'm aware that the clothes are done, dude. It could just one beep would have been sufficient, not the full track.
They do it because they're working in positive behaviors into your brain. So you're supposed to get a dopamine.
No, is
yeah.
that true? I
Mhm.
don't get a dopamine hit from the song that my washer or dryer sings.
Mm-hmm. They're trying to set a thing in your brain. It's
No.
happy time.
Fresh laundry! Like, what?
Yeah, because cleaning is all I once read this thing in that there's this book called
Marie Kondo.
The Power of Habit or one of those habit books.
Okay.
And anyways, one of the chapters was about Febreze. And when Febreze first came out, and when it was coming out, it was all this money behind it. They invented a new way to make things smell good. So all the big companies or whichever one, they're ready to sell Febreze. It's going to go great. But when they're marketing it, they're marketing it to people who smell, and nobody's buying it because they found out that people who smell
don't know that
they don't know
smell.
they smell. So it's like, does your house smell like cat piss? And everyone whose house smells like cat piss is like, no, of course not.
Which makes perfect sense.
So then, in order to sell it, they had to market it where it was like part of a behavior where it's like, every time you're done cleaning, spray some Febreze. And it's like a reward for being done cleaning.
What are your thoughts on Febreze?
It's got to be poison that causes
It's got to
cancer.
be poison that causes cancer, right? And it's also just, it reminds me of the fraternity guys I used to hang out with. They would never like wash their clothes and then they would just Febreze everything.
Yeah, disgusting.
It smelled like cigarettes and Febreze.
Ugh. But back then, people didn't know it was that bad for you.
No, they're like, yeah, spray that shit.
Yeah, it smells good.
It smells good.
I was so gross in college. I think I poured scented powder on the carpet that you then vacuum up. Do you remember that shit? That must have done something to my brain. I have a brain tumor now for using that.
Yeah, I vaguely remember that. It's like dust that you put on the carpet and then you vacuum it up.
I bought and used that shit all the time.
Oh, yeah, I've used some harsh cleaning chemicals. There's this thing called Resolve. You spray that on the carpet, rub it out. Fun.
Oh, I know Resolve.
Mhm.
Oven off? You ever accidentally spray some oven off in your nose?
No, what's oven off?
Oh, you got some domesticating to do, girl. So if you've made like a big mess in your oven, or sometimes if you have to clean the hood of your oven, you got to use oven off because it like attaches to grease. But if you don't angle your oven off properly, it'll just spray fumes in your face.
And those
Yeah.
are toxic.
You got a lot of momming to learn if you don't know about oven off.
I don't know about oven off.
Yeah, but you're a housekeeper person probably. I am too, but I still need to use my oven off sometimes.
I mean, I don't see myself getting into oven off this late in life. Like, it would have
Right.
happened for me or it wouldn't have.
It
Like,
actually might be a man thing.
oven off?
Yeah, in
Like
terms
a
of the
grill
home
dad
cleaning.
thing? Like, you know, you see the dad at the grill with the burgers, the dad's at the oven with the oven off.
Kind of, yeah. You would need it sometimes for that if you're really trying to clean a grill.
Okay.
That's really far gone. I don't
Okay.
let mine get that far gone.
Yeah.
But cleaning a hood is probably also a man job because you got to like go up there, grab the metal shit off.
Yeah, I don't want to learn.
Yeah.
You know, there's some household things I'm like, no.
No?
Vacuuming, I can get behind. I don't mind vacuuming. And I want a Dyson so badly. I had a ex, he had a Dyson. I think at the end I was just in it for the Dyson, dude. It had like a light on it, a black light. It could show you every speck of dust. Do you have this?
I used to have a Dyson, but I let it go.
You did?
Yeah, maybe I shouldn't have.
Wait, what do you have now?
I'm Dysonless.
What are you vacuuming with?
I don't. I just like Swiffer and sweep and then I mop.
You don't have a vacuum?
I have a shop vac, which I use sometimes.
A shop vac. Is that like a little...
It's like you ever see construction workers and how they have like a big giant thing?
Yeah.
That's what I have.
Whoa.
That I use for the house too.
Whoa. You got rid of your Dyson?
It was getting kind of older. It was
Weird.
maybe like a mid-range Dyson that got a little older, and I think I may have just given it to a housekeeper or something. But now I think I wish I knew. I think there's a way to like jailbreak your Dyson and add more battery to it.
No.
So I should have done that.
This is such a middle-aged conversation.
Yeah.
Jailbreak the Dyson, baby. Tell us how, Benji. How do you jailbreak the Dyson?
Well, I'm Dysoning and then I black out. No. Did you black out while Dysoning?
No. I don't have a Dyson anymore. I left it in my previous relationship.
I wish I didn't, but I have more to say about Dyson.
Yeah,
And
so do I. I could talk about Dyson for another 15 minutes.
I better get a new washer and Dyson after this podcast.
Yeah.
My wife was in charge of our like wedding registry stuff.
Okay.
And I was always like, can we just get like a Dyson? She just made us get all this dumb bullshit. Like I have gold cups and just the most meaningless dumb
Napkin
shit
rings.
she picked. Like just random stuff. And I'm just like, we could have really used like the A1 Dyson
Yeah.
at our wedding. And now I'm Dysonless.
You're Dysonless.
When I walk by the Dyson store at the super mall, I love just going in there and
I
looking at all
do
the
too.
Dyson stuff. Yeah. I want one of the Dyson air purifiers too.
Me too.
Those are fancy.
I know. Same ex that fucking had the Dyson vacuum had the purifier. All the amenities kept me there for a little too long. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, I'm going to hop on the Peloton and then think about breaking up with him later. It was one of those.
Wait, what?
He had like too many amenities.
Oh, the Dyson guy.
The Dyson guy. He
Oh,
had a
he just had-
Peloton. He had the Dyson. It really kept me in that house for a while. I was ping-ponging between all the things. Like the air's never felt pure. I better get my cardio in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, his apartment was like a Brookstone. It just had all the things.
All the things.
Yeah, sharper image of a man cave.
Yeah, I was like, do I want to go back to a Conair blow dryer? Not really.
Oh, was it that much better?
I mean, now I have a Dyson blow dryer. I don't want
Oh.
to brag, but I did drop a pretty penny on my blow dryer.
I feel like sometimes on podcasts you learn how poor people are. Like sometimes I'll listen to people and I'll think they're really successful, and then they'll be like, I don't have central air. Like, and then so now I wonder if there's people being like, these motherfuckers don't even have a Dyson.
A Dyson?
They feel bad for us.
Do you feel like that? I mean, we could get one.
I bet
I
there's
could get a Dyson tomorrow if I wanted, probably. I have enough money in my bank account right now.
but we keep resisting. So maybe it's a
poor mentality.
Maybe that's it. Maybe we have a poor mentality. You're right. I can't afford a Dyson.
We can both afford
And I want
Dyson.
one, but I won't let it happen.
I feel the same way. Why? I want someone to gift me a Dyson. Is that a Jewish thing? Or is it a Jewy thing where like, it seems like it's a lot of money to spend on a vacuum cleaner?
It
Because
hurts
it is.
too bad, yeah.
It hurts too bad.
But I'll waste money on all sorts of
I
shit.
know, and then I meet dumb bitches, and they have Dysons, and they don't wear designer jeans. They just have Dysons. I'd rather have the designer jeans.
Why won't we let ourselves be happy?
It's the plight of the Jew.
I guess.
Yeah.
Because I'll waste money on so much stuff, and I don't have a Dyson.
Do we need a GoFundMe for Dysons?
What if it's just the anxiety? Like, I have a friend with a lot of anxiety, and he has plenty of money, and he's always freaking about money, and I shouldn't have bought that. It was this. And I'm like, dude, you spend all this money on this, you're freaking out about this, and you have plenty of, like, you're fine.
Yeah.
And then I wonder if there's just elements of, like a low vibration anxiety that won't just let you buy the fucking, it's like unconscious.
Yeah, it's like
Like
a
an unconscious-
scarcity mindset. You're like, just in case.
But there's plenty of other ways. Well, I'll whimsically. I just went to Vegas and I like gambled. I went to like a
I
$400 dinner.
Yeah, no, I know.
That's a Dyson. Instead,
I
had
put
a-
the Dyson in my forehead yesterday, sweetie. Now I can't move it. Quick injections. There's my Dyson.
Oh, what do you? Oh,
Botox.
I see. Oh, I see.
There's my Dyson, sweetie.
Look, you look pretty. How old are you?
37.
Yeah, you look pretty young still.
Because I've been injecting myself
For how long?
since I was 26 with Botox.
You think you'd look way worse if you hadn't been?
Yeah, I think it'd be creepy as fuck.
Really?
Yeah, I do think that. I do think that.
I'm trying to imagine your face right now, kind of older.
Creepy.
I guess maybe you would be.
Yeah, dude.
Hi, I'm Sara Weinshenk.
Hi, I'm Sara Weinshenk. If I had a Dyson, my life would have been easier.
I like my vape. I like weed.
I like my vape.
Your voice is worse.
Yeah.
But that's how it is now. Girls just put stuff in their face.
Yeah, but you gotta be careful. Because you
'Cause
see some girls and you're, whoa,
Too much.
too much. It's like a fine dance. And
What-
the other thing is, though, if I'm auditioning for stuff and every other woman between the ages of 30 and 37 is getting Botox, and then I go to audition for it and I look 3 years older because I'm not doing it, it kind of like forces you to do it.
Yeah, but
it's
also
like if everyone's juicing, you're kind of like, do I want to win the match or do I not want to win the match? You know what I mean? Shoot
Yeah.
me up, dude. Yeah.
But is it that, or is it more of just like a regular vanity thing? I want to
It's
look.
a vanity.
It's a
thing.
vanity thing.
It's definitely a vanity thing. No
I'm
one
like, this
does
bitch
it
doesn't
for
go
their
to that
health.
many auditions. What's
Yeah,
this really
no,
for?
no. The auditions are an excuse, Benji. You don't have to call me out on the podcast. I have to get auditioned. Well, what will I do for my audition? It's like, you had one audition. in the last
Harvey
10
Weinstein makes me get Botox. I hate it, but Harvey won't stop making me.
The producers want me to not be able to move.
The producers. Hilarious. I saw the Killers in Vegas.
Oh, how was that?
It was so fucking fun.
Where did you see them?
They're performing at the Coliseum. There's this small theater there
Okay.
where like all the bands and people do their residency shows.
And it was fun?
It was so fun. It
I
was
want to go to the Sphere.
yeah, go see the Killers. Do you like the Killers even a little bit?
I like the Killers. Yeah.
It was pretty fun. It's a
I didn't know
small
you were like
theater.
a big Killer guy.
I just think some of their songs are they've written some of the best rock songs of the last 20 years.
You're not wrong. I feel like maybe I've been sleeping on the Killers.
And seeing them, they're like a real fucking rock band, and seeing them in like a sort of not big theater, it was like a few thousand seats. It was really cool.
Yeah. Did your wife have fun?
She had fun. I had fun. I almost want to go again to see them again.
No, that's an air purifier. That's a Dyson, dude.
I know. I actually have a second pair of tickets, and I'm like, sell them or try to go again, or
Go again.
sell them and buy a Dyson.
Sell them and buy a Dyson. But I'm like you. I would rather go to the concert than have the Dyson, even though I want the Dyson.
Part of my Dyson anxiety is also that I shouldn't say this, but I'm gonna.
Okay.
I think my housekeeper is bad at cleaning my floors.
Why?
She's kind of old.
Okay, well, that's kind of a problem. I mean,
And
I don't
so
want
she
to tell you to fire your housekeeper on a podcast.
Yeah,
but-
so she cleans them, but I can tell that they're not like. It doesn't have the grit of what a younger housekeeper could do put into it.
Yeah, getting a housekeeper a lot of things can come up. Our family housekeeper, when I was a kid, she used to we had a great housekeeper for many years, and then I don't know what happened. She moved, and we got this new housekeeper, and this bitch would take the biggest shits in our toilet, and the whole house would smell. She would clean it, the house would be immaculate, and then she'd just take a big dump, and the whole house would just smell like a big dump.
Maybe that's her loop. That's her song at the end of her wash.
Yeah. She's like an LG dryer. She's
Yeah.
like, I took a dump.
Everything's clean.
Everything's clean.
We know what to do. Time to make it a little dirty.
So crazy. And it was so bad. Like you could know that she had, by like how long like when we come to the house and it would still smell, I'd be like, oh, she just left.
I've been getting offers from other housekeepers, but I don't.
No.
I don't want to get rid of my housekeeper because I feel like she's older, and you don't want to get rid of
She's
her.
like part of the family.
Should I not be talking about this?
I don't know, but you're whispering, and now you're making me feel like we shouldn't be talking about it.
I don't know.
No, I don't think
She's not gonna find
your
out.
cleaning lady is not going to listen to this.
Okay, cool. All right.
That would be insane. If she was listening to this, that would be crazy.
This is the biggest risk I've ever taken on this podcast.
Yeah. Well, sometimes you got to take risks.
Did you have
You can't-
housekeepers growing up?
We had one for a really long time. Her name was Allie. We loved her so much, and then she left, and then the one that took the big dumps came in and took over.
And you can't replace.
And no, now I think my parents replaced her. My mom's been cleaning. Debbie's been doing it herself.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's very interesting.
She likes it?
Every time I call my mom, she goes, I'm vacuuming. I'm like, you guys don't even have kids there. How, like, the amount that she's vacuuming is concerning.
Does she have a Dyson?
No, she has a central vac. Do you know what those are?
Oh, yeah.
That's
my
so like
parents have one.
1980s where they
Yeah.
have the little suction things in the wall.
I like that.
Yeah. But I still would prefer Dyson, I think.
Mm-hmm. Maybe that's what we do here. Maybe we know after this podcast that we need a Dyson. They sell them at Costco, and every time I go to Costco, I see them, and I'm like, I just want that. I also want one of the air purifiers.
The air purifiers are amazing.
Do you have one of those?
My ex had one.
Right, and you loved it.
I loved it. It kept me in the relationship.
Really?
The Dyson air purifier and the Peloton. Yeah, and the air wrap kept me in the relationship.
The air wrap?
The Dyson air wrap. You know about this?
It's the blow dryer?
It's like, well, I have the blow dryer now, but there's also the air wrap that uses crazy technology to make you can curl your hair, you can straighten your hair, and it looks like it's just salon done.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got to get that next.
Okay, let's list the things we need. I need a Dyson.
I need a Dyson too.
I need someone to mop my floors really well.
Okay. Well, I also
Sometimes-
got the Swiffer wood floor mop thing. It's not bad.
Okay, so I have French oak floors.
Okay,
And they're
we're
like,
not putting
you've seen my floors.
Yeah, you have
They're
nice floors.
They're soft and kind of grainy.
Yeah.
And because they're grainy and soft, I think things get stuck in it more. It's not like when you see a hardwood floor and it's all like glazed and feels flat. Like mine's got so many crevices
Yeah.
that I feel like it's not really getting in there. I've actually another purchase I really want for that reason, but I got to look into it and make sure it's safe. I'd like one of those commercial steamers.
Whoa, yes.
Yeah, to just steam the fuck out of the crevices in my oak floors and see if that can like. Or I've heard some people, they just get like a professional floor cleaner to come every few months and get in there really good.
How much is it to have a professional floor?
Again, I'm scared to look into it because I
I'm
don't think I
scared to
deserve
look
it.
in it. I don't think. Yeah, but what is
What if
that?
I get used to professional floor cleaners coming by every few weeks?
I know.
don't know.
I feel the same way.
All right, these are all the things. I'm going to call a professional floor cleaner, see if I like the experience. And
okay.
maybe it's not even that much. Maybe it's a couple $100 and I'll go, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
I have a sliding door that's hard to open and close, and I've got to call a sliding door company to
You
come.
got to get that fixed ASAP.
You were there. Is it too? Do you remember?
I don't remember it. I'm just saying
Oh.
that seems like a burden.
Yeah. I need a Dyson. I want to redo my garage.
What? What's up with your garage?
It's not insulated. It doesn't have AC.
But do you need AC in your garage?
I want to make it I want to make it a gym.
Oh, you want to make the garage another room.
I'm tired of Equinox Encino.
What's happening there?
Nothing. It's fine. It's just that I think it's the drive to the gym and back. It's such a
so
waste.
close, right?
It is, but still, think of I think I'll work out more and have a better fitness experience if I have a gym at the house.
Listen, I thought if I bought a year-long membership to the gym, I'd be in there every day. And I've been twice since April.
And which gym, though?
Disgusting gym.
Yeah, it's disgusting. You got to go to Equinox Encino.
I know. I'm an Equinox Encino kind of bitch.
Have you ever belonged to there?
I've gone to Equinox before, but I haven't been a member, no.
The one in Encino?
No, I haven't gone to the one in Encino.
You got to go.
Okay.
It's very valley in there.
I feel like I'll flourish.
Well, because you're very valley.
I'm home. Yeah, I am very valley.
I think you're going to feel, it's like the demographic is just such a valley mix of people. And
I like that.
And you have like valley sluts and then
I
valley
love a
moms.
valley slut,
Lots of valley moms. All the types of valley moms. Skinny little Jewish valley mom. Hot Israeli with the thing and the thing valley mom.
Yeah.
You know, all the things.
All the things. It's like Gelson's, but in the gym.
With some other like valley type of people, some Armenian bros,
Okay.
some you know, all sorts, some athletes, because athletes like Encino.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You know what I mean by athletes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Athletes. I know.
But literally they are athletes, a lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
I think, and some famous comics go there.
Really?
But older ones I don't know. I've never bumped into a comic of our tier.
Yeah. At Equinox Encino.
There's like 90s comics from the 90s at Equinox Encino.
Okay, that makes sense.
Nostalgic comedians.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Yeah.
So you want to buy, what else do you want to buy? Sliding door fix. You want to do your garage. Let me tell you about the shed I bought.
You bought a shed?
I bought a shed.
Where is it? At your place?
Well, yeah, my boyfriend said, "Hey, babe, buy a shed. I'll build it for you."
And what are you putting in your shed?
The extra stuff that I need space, like extra curtains, extra books, just extra storage.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You're keeping extra curtains?
I don't know. I have okay, from when I moved.
You know, necessities, extra curtains.
Extra linens, stuff like that.
Oh, I see.
Just like extra stuff that I don't really want to get rid of, and
linens, books,
and like I don't really necessarily want my vacuum cleaner in my house. I could put it in the shed and then just take it out when I need it.
And it keep the dust and leaves don't get in the shed at all?
Well, I could vacuum that up with the Dyson.
I see.
Well, so anyways,
but you don't get electricity in your shed, do you?
No.
No.
But there's an outlet in my backyard.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted this shed, right? My boyfriend said, just get one off Amazon. I get it off Amazon. It comes from China. None of the parts line up.
No.
Yeah, so now I have like this half-made shed in the backyard, and it's like a sore subject. Like every time he comes over, he's like, "Oh, the fucking shed."
Should have gone to Home Depot.
Yeah, should have. But the Home Depot only had really big ones, like really big ones.
Even online?
I didn't even look online. I just went into the store. Home Depot, have you gone into Home Depot? You can't get service in a Home Depot.
Order
online.
It's
like survival of the fittest in there. I don't understand what's happening. I've never spent more time in a Home Depot. 2024 is the year that I've really been going to Home Depot because my man is manly and he's like, we got to go to Home Depot. And then I go along for the ride. And I've never felt more stupid or overwhelmed than when I'm in a Home Depot.
Really?
Yeah. It's just not my
I'm
environment.
So sorry.
I don't flourish in a Home Depot. Something happens. My central nervous system just shuts down. I'm like, I don't know where I am. I feel like a lost child.
So don't go anymore. Why do you go?
For the experience. To humble myself. Remind myself I don't know everything. I'll walk in a Home Depot. I don't know shit about washers or saws. Damn.
That's like me walking into a Victoria's Secret and being like, ah!
Yeah, exactly.
I think maybe you like going in there because there's fun little toys, because my wife likes going to Home Depot with me, and she just likes to look at the flowers and the pots.
Yeah.
What about the flowers and the pots? You like those?
I get so overwhelmed. I don't even think I make it to the flowers and the pots.
Why
And
don't
then
you
they have too many options for string lights too. I'm like, let's get just a strand of string lights. There's so many different options, dude. Do I want them solar paneled? That seems like it would be better, but honestly, the solar paneled string lights, they seem a little weaker. Hate to say it.
We have some. They work okay.
They don't work as great as an outlet, right?
No, of course not.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's what I need you to do from now on.
Okay.
From now on, you go to the garden section. You let him do his man stuff in the man area of Home Depot.
Yeah.
And then you go to the garden section and you look at flowers and you look at soil.
Sing a little song.
You look at pots.
Yeah.
And then maybe you find something you like. And you go, you know what? And in the garden section, you're more likely to get a girl who will help you. And then you could just say something dumb like, I want a cactus in a pot.
Yeah.
And then they go, okay, well, let me blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then you go, what else do I? And they'll tell you everything you need. And then you can go to Home Depot and be part of it.
I want to be a part of it, you know? I'm going to go to the garden center.
Go to the garden center. Say, hey, you get your strings and your thing and your lights.
You get the man stuff.
Yeah. And then it'll be really funny because it may be funny for you. I hate it. Because I'll be buying stuff that we actually need for the house. Yeah. And then I find her in the garden section. She's like, I'm buying all this too. And I'm just like, oh God, I would have loved to have just bought the stuff we needed. But now you're going to have a gardening project.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I like going to Target.
Target's a good consumer experience.
Target is an elite consumer experience.
You feel safe the moment you walk in.
There's something about a Target. I do not know what it's just, you go for one thing, you leave with 1,000.
I think it's also, no matter what, you're going to realize that you do maybe need that thing that you see in Target. So you might go in there being like just a neutral, blacking out performance artist.
Yes,
But then you're in there and you're like, I guess I do need that. Or like, oh yeah, I need that. And then, Yeah. I could buy a lot of shit in Target, motherfucker. Oh, I need new Beats Pro or AirBuds Pro or whatever they're called.
You do?
Yeah, I think my housekeeper dropped them.
I thought you were going to say she stole them.
No.
That would have been a more crazy story.
Yeah.
She dropped them?
Sometimes.
Are you sure you didn't drop them and you're blaming her?
Well, I was gone for like a week.
Sometimes I used to do that as a kid. I'd be like, I do not know where the cleaning lady put my favorite shirt. And my mom was like, she didn't even go in your room last week because it was too dirty. Sometimes if my room was too dirty, my mom would say she's not allowed in there.
I was hanging out with a lot of kids and they say the darndest fucking things.
Yeah.
And because I was on doing a Lake Tahoe trip with my family. So I was with like nieces and nephews and stuff. And kids are like on mushrooms, when you look at them that way, you're like, oh, they're all on mushrooms.
They're insane people.
At one point, my nephew just comes downstairs. He's like 9. And he comes downstairs and he just goes, I don't know where any of my shoes are. And I'm just like, that's the shroomiest shit I've ever heard. To just be like, I'm barefoot. I don't know where any of my shoes. I probably own 10. I don't know where any of them are. It's just so mushroomy.
Yeah, it is mushroomy. That's a good way to look at it.
They say the funniest things. The other thing I just remember that my other nephew once said, he said the funniest thing. He's like getting into music and stuff. And he's like, I like Alice in Chains. Blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, so you like metal? And he's like, yeah. And then I go, do you have metal in your heart? And he goes, no. Like, what the fuck? I said, I like metal. It's on my heart. But I'm such a nerd. I'm just like, is it in your heart? No.
Nice.
And he's like, no. I'm like, oh, okay.
But
fine.
how is Tahoe?
Metal's in my heart. Tahoe was really great. I really liked it. I wish I like owned a home there.
Me too. It
Yeah.
almost feels like you're in Europe or something.
Yes, it can.
If you smoke the right weed, you're in Europe. Okay?
Kind of, yeah, because the water's so blue.
The water's so fucking blue.
Yeah, it is very pretty there. I have been dealing with this thing pretty much most of my childhood and my entire adult life. Since college, I've been shopping for wave runners. I really want a Sea-Doo, personal watercraft.
Ready for that.
And
you're going to have a Sea-Doo before you have a Dyson.
I want a Sea-Doo so fucking bad. And I know it would be so stupid to buy one, but I want one so bad.
Really?
Yeah. And I used to have a class.
You don't even live at a lake.
I want one so bad.
But then how do you even transport that?
I'm going to get a truck and a trailer and a wave runner.
No.
Yes.
That's a serious day.
It's what I want so badly.
You want a truck?
I've gotten most things off my list. I had a Porsche.
Okay.
I've bought most of my favorite baseball cards.
I like that you've had a Porsche, but you don't have a Dyson. This is the most insane conversation. You're like, I want a Dyson air purifier. Yes, I've had a Porsche.
I've had a classic car. I used to have a big block Mercury Cougar.
Okay.
And pretty much the only thing left on my list of things that I know will probably be a little dumb or like kind of not necessary, or maybe fully not necessary.
You don't even live by a lake, Benji.
I'll get to a fucking lake if I get my fucking Wave Runner. And as I was on a Wave Runner, do we have to get out of here soon? How much time do we have? We're good.
No, we've been going for 35 minutes.
Okay, cool. I was on a Wave Runner that we rented, and I was like, if I get a Wave Runner, I'm gonna name it Black Betty.
No, I can't. That's cool though.
These are the thoughts. I'm like, why do they put names on boats but not Wave Runners? When I get a Wave Runner, I'm naming it.
Yeah, that is a good point. Why don't people name their Wave Runners?
I don't know, because they're not as proud
Black
of their Wave Runner
Betty.
as I would be.
So you were on one thinking, I need this all the time?
Yes. Or that, like, I don't know, being on a personal watercraft gives me a level of joy that is so pure that I'm just like, this should be part of my life. Like
you get like a sense of childlike wonder when you're on the back of a Wave Runner.
There's just something really fun about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there is maybe some childhood stuff to it, but also just that it's like pure fun, like out of nowhere. You're just like, oh my God. And you're kind of in charge. It's not like a roller coaster.
What happens
more
if you
interactive.
fall off of it? Nothing?
Then you hit the water.
Okay.
You fall.
But your bike stays right there?
You have like a
string?
Sort of, exactly. Like on a treadmill. You know how that treadmill have the little emergency thing?
Yeah.
You have one of those that you can attach to your vest or your wrist.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I want a Wave Runner. I'm going to get a truck first, though. I need to get a truck.
What kind of truck do you want?
I want to get a cool one. I've been looking at trucks for so long. I'm waiting to I'm waiting for interest rates to drop, hopefully, but I think I'm going to get one this month. And what I've learned in all my Jew adventures is that towards the end of the month, you get better deals. Because I think they have a quota of cars to sell or whatever. They're going to have to pay for the next month. So on like the last day of any month, if you go to a car dealership, they're all really trying to sell.
Really?
Yeah, and they'll be like nicer to you. Because I think more of them, I think it's like a part-time gig selling cars. So I think on the last day when you're more likely to get deals done, there's more of them there and they're more helpful and they're like really trying to like sell a car.
So what kind do you want?
I'm pretty open. I've test driven the GMC, the Chevy, and the Ford.
Yeah.
And I like them all, but I think the Ford is just a little more money for what I want, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to go with like a GMC or a Chevrolet.
Cool.
Silverado or Sierra.
A big truck guy.
Yeah. And then it's, I'm the short guy in a big truck, but it is what it is.
But you can put your Wave Runner in there.
I know.
So joke's on everyone else.
I think if you have a Wave Runner on your big truck and you're short, they overlook the, he probably has a small penis. Yeah. And then they just go cool Wave Runner.
Yeah.
But even if they don't, I've got a cool truck, I've got a Wave Runner, and my penis isn't small. It's
you're ready to rock.
Yeah.
So I like the thought of you wearing these sunglasses on a Wave Runner.
I wore these all Lake Tahoe trip, and then I had the raccoon suntan, like
the
dude from Eastbound and Down.
You had sunglass tan line?
With these is extra.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
That's so fucking crazy.
I've been enjoying these. My wife bought these for me. They're Oakleys.
They're cool.
They're cool. I'm also overwearing sunglasses that are completely dark. I think this is the like hue I'm looking for.
Yeah, we can see your eyes. We know what's happening.
And on a personal watercraft, Sarah, this here also helps, like really blocking the air from getting in.
I can't.
Have you ever been on a Wave Runner?
Yeah, in Mexico.
It's so fun.
It was so fun.
Did you do it yourself, or did you like hold on to your boyfriend or something?
I think I did it by myself.
You did it by yourself?
Yeah, and it was really fun.
Yeah, it's invigorating.
It is like one of those things that I think about as a top life moment. I will say that.
Really?
Like in terms of having fun, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I also have fun at amusement parks, though. I hate to say that.
I do too.
You do?
I went to Six Flags, I think, a couple years ago, and it was fun.
No, I am fucking into them. I went to a water park, which seems gross in theory because you're like...
It does, but I bet it's fun.
It's so fun. Take a little mushroom, you forget about the germs, and you're just...
And you didn't get a weird disease?
I didn't get any weird diseases. I'm here living proof that you too can go to Raging Waters and come back disease-free.
You went to Raging Waters.
Raging Waters.
What's the other one? Wild Rivers?
Wild Rivers has a bar. Raging Waters. This is what I spent the summer researching.
What?
Yeah.
Wild Rivers has a bar?
Yeah, you want to go?
Didn't they close and reopen?
I don't know, but all I know is that they have a bar now.
Okay.
Wild River?
I just really don't want to get a disease. I feel like I
I
will.
know, that's such a Jewish thing to be worried about because I was so worried about that too. I was like, Mom, do you think it's fine to go to the water park? I don't want to get any weird germs.
I used to go to water parks in Israel.
Were those cool?
It's fine. It's Israelis everywhere.
Yeah.
Similar experience, I guess.
Yeah.
But I bet the modern American ones have some really cool shit.
It's so fun. It's so fun. You can, but then there's also, you see all kinds of weird family dynamics. I saw this lady yelling at her daughter because she was scared to go down the slide.
Nice.
She was like, "You're scared to go down the slide? Then we're leaving this park. If you're scared of this slide, there's not going to be any slides that you like because you're a little baby." Like that, like having a full breakdown. And the kid's like, "I'm sorry, I just don't want to go." And it was like a really scary slide.
I agree with the parent.
Sack up.
Yeah, you don't want bitch kids. Deal with the thing. No, I don't know. I have no idea what kind of parent I'll be.
You don't know until you're in it, I feel like.
Right.
What if you got twins?
I don't know.
Do you think you could do it?
I'm ready to sort of give up the rest of my life because it's all people with kids tell me. They're just like, everything changes.
But it's still fun. I mean, I haven't had kids personally, but my boyfriend has kids and we do a lot of fun stuff together all the time.
Yeah.
And like that experience is so fun.
Just doing fun stuff.
Yeah,
with
like going to
kids.
the fair or going camping.
Right,
and,
right.
Seeing it through their eyes is so fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
So like your life just changes.
I have a nephew that looks just like me, is what everyone says.
Really?
Yeah, he's so cute.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so wild.
Yeah.
It'd be weird if you have a kid doesn't look like you, but your nephew looks more like you. That's how genetics are weird sometimes like that.
I once read in this book that, like, prehistory, because we were all polyamorous or whatever,
Ew.
there wasn't husband-wife stuff. Everyone was just fucking, right?
Like cavemen.
So you would help raise your sister's kids because your only real sense of family was the vagina you came out of.
Uh-huh.
So in terms of helping,
Yeah.
you would
Like a
help.
village.
Yeah. So the way you would treat your kids is how you would treat your nieces and nephews.
Right.
Because all you really know is who your mom is, who your siblings are, and who your siblings' kids are.
Oh, you
But
don't
only
know
the
who
women know who their kids are because everyone's having sex with everybody.
Whoa.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think that's why nieces and nephews can still have to kind of look like you a little bit because you have to kind of be like, all right, I'll help raise you.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
It's like a survival thing.
Maybe. I've also heard that urban myth that babies look more like the dad when they're first born so the dad doesn't kill it. Have you ever
I have
that?
heard that. That I believe.
You do?
But also, like, in what world are we living in where a man's going to kill his kid? I guess that happens.
Bears do that, don't they? Don't bears kill their kids?
I feel like bears probably do a lot of things that we don't.
I bet in Shakespeare they're kid killing. I know that's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, I have heard that urban legend that babies look like their dads.
Yeah, so Tahoe was cool. Went to Vegas. Oh my God, not to make another Jew joke, but
What?
so I was looking at the Killers concerts and hotel prices, and I was like, and obviously the hotel prices in Vegas,
Are so high.
no.
They weren't?
In August on a weekday, not so bad. So I was like, oh, the Wynn's a pretty good deal. I'll just stay at the Wynn because it's like a super good deal.
Yeah.
I get to the Wynn, it's all Jews and Israelis who saw the exact same good deal I did, and I'm just like, oh God.
That's so crazy. Also, the other thing that I've noticed is even staying in a shit hotel now is at least $250.
Yeah, for
Have you
sure.
noticed that?
Yeah.
Like it used to be like you could stay in like a shitty hotel for $200, but or $150, but now it seems like everything's a minimum of like $253.
Yeah, under 200's a red flag.
Yeah.
For sure. But sometimes you get something good here and there.
I stayed like in a Best Western or something in San Diego and it was $400.
Well, it depends on, it can depend on.
$400 to stay at a Best Western? I
Wasn't
could have
it-
had a Dyson.
Well, was it a fucking Comic-Con weekend or something?
No, it wasn't that, but it was summer in San Diego.
Right.
So
Right.
probably you're paying for that.
You got to get those hotel credit cards, son.
Which ones? I don't need any more credit cards.
I have a Hilton credit card, and I just ordered a Bonvoy, I think it's called.
And you get
Yeah.
rewards points?
Yeah,
you have the
and I do
Delta,
well.
American
I do really
Express?
well. And you get upgraded. So when you check in, they're like, "Thanks for being a gold member, Mr. Aflalo." And you're like, "Fuck yeah!" They're like, "We upgraded your room," and I'm like, "I bet you did."
No.
Yeah, you got to.
I'm
just
gonna probably
started
go home
Bonvoy.
and get that.
You should.
Do you have an American Express Delta?
Do I? I just upgraded to the purple one.
What's the purple one?
The purple one's the highest one. I just got the highest one. I upgraded.
How do
After
you
years
upgrade?
with the platinum. It's like a few $100 more a month. So now I get lounge and all the stuff.
Wow.
Because Delta has good lounges in Austin, LAX. They have good first class.
And
if
they'll
you get upgraded.
upgrade you.
Hell
Even
yeah.
if you're not. Yeah, they'll upgrade you if you have the card.
You just said upgraded like you're from the dirty South. You just went upgraded.
Upgraded. Why did I say it like that?
That's what I heard. Maybe I was just hearing it.
No, but can I tell you something that I think about often?
What?
It was you were hosting potluck, and it was the day that I got my weed card. And I didn't think I was going to get pulled up, and I had 2 gummies. It was when you still needed a weed card. It was probably like 10 years ago.
Right.
And I go up and I do my set, and for some reason, the first minute of my set's normal, and then the last 2 minutes, I do it in a Southern accent. Do you remember this?
Not really, no.
Okay. But I don't have
Sounds vaguely familiar.
I don't have any control over it.
Clearly, you black out a podcast.
Yeah, I don't have any control over it. As it's coming out of my mouth, I'm like, ugh, I kind of have like a twang. Just get through the set. I was so high. I do it in the Southern accent. I get off stage, and then you get on stage. And I know I bombed like really bad. And he goes, "She's from the Valley. I'm not really quite sure why she was talking in a Southern accent." And then just give me a flashback to that moment. I got in an Uber and went to a swingers diner by myself.
Oh boy.
It was one of those.
You over-edibled.
I over-edibled.
I've had some serious edible overdoses in my
You
life.
have?
Oh yeah.
Like what?
I have a friend who's like a really good chef, but also a huge stoner.
Mm-hmm.
And he one time, and I had like not eaten all day. It was back when I was skinny. When I was skinny, sometimes you're just like, I haven't eaten in a day. Oh. And so it was one of those moments where I'd barely eaten, and he made this like, it tasted so good. It was like an edible, but it was like a ginger snap loaf.
That sounds
thing.
so good.
It was so good. And he was like, "You want some?" And I like was so hungry, and I ate a bunch of it. And then I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go." And I started driving home, and I was like, I had to pull over for a while.
No.
I also remember when they first opened. Do you remember when weed stores would have like dab rooms in the back, and it was like kind of a secret?
Yes.
And you could go in back, and it was a secret, and you could hit dabs.
Yes.
And they were really popular around 2007.
Yes. Okay.
And you would go into the back room of a weed store,
I remember doing
and
this.
they'd have
I performed and then I did a dab.
Yes. And for those of you who don't know, dabbing is pretty serious. And I know there's a lot of people who do it regularly. It's drugs. Like it has the effect of drugs, right?
Yeah, you have like you need trap tools to do it.
Yeah, it's a blowtorch. Yeah.
The torch is aggressive, and then when you look at what you're smoking, it's in like a film. It's like
it's goo.
It's goo.
I remember one time I was like, "I'll do the Oscar de la Hoya, please." And then I hit it, and it feels like my chest is exploding. And then they like give you water. They'll give you like water in a shady cup. And then I'm just like, I feel like my chest is exploding. They're like, "Yeah, that's why it's Oscar de la Hoya. He punched you in the chest."
No.
I was like, warn me next time.
That is so crazy.
I thought we were just honoring Oscar de la Hoya.
No.
So that was tough. But yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, no, dabbing is so different than just smoking weed. People don't realize.
Okay, I want to mention something from the Killers concert.
Okay.
And it's that at one point I was sitting there and everybody's standing. And I'm just like, I can't anymore. Like they played my favorite songs.
Yeah.
The second half of the album's not as, the middle of the album's not, it's not where all the hits are. So I sit down and everyone's still standing. And I look to my right and there's just this like kind of chubby girl like looking at me sitting too. And I'm just like, fuck yeah.
Defiant behavior.
It was just funny to just feel guilty about sitting, and then you just look to your right and you just see this like nerdy fat chick who's just like you. And in that moment I was like, I'm a nerdy fat girl too.
I like that.
Maybe that's what people mean by gender is
fluid.
Yeah. Well, in that moment, she's a little like me and I'm a little like her.
Yeah. Wait, speaking of gender being fluid and all of that.
I get a bunch of right-wing hate where he's like, Benji loves trans people. I was high and trying to identify with the fat Asian chick next to me, and
Dude,
suddenly I'm a libtard.
I was tripping out because I read in an article that Alana Glazer from Broad City said that now after she got pregnant, she identifies as the they.
Oh, really? Because she's plural people?
No, because she felt more masculine in the pregnancy than she thought she would.
So
and I'm like, that doesn't even make sense from like a logical standpoint. You got pregnant and you're like, I don't feel more like a woman. I feel more like a man.
Anyone doing that whole thing is just... There's no such thing as a they. That's not a thing. No, there's not. There's no such thing as a they. I understand if you think you're a totally different gender.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm going to wear dresses, or I'm going to be a construction worker if you're a girl, whatever the thing is.
Yeah.
That I understand. And you're committing to something. If you commit.
The non-binary stuff, you don't really think is real?
It's not that I don't think it's real, and I honestly don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. So if someone was like, I'm a they, I wouldn't like not call them a they. Like, I'm going to call anybody what they want me to call them.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean that I don't think it's just like a little much.
Well, I thought it was crazy for her to have this article about how she's a they right after she gave birth. And I was like, what in the hell?
Even more of a reason to show how there's just...
Sometimes I think people do it for attention.
You do?
Yeah.
Of course they do.
I think they say, you know what? I'm kind of bored. I'm a they! And then people go, that's a story.
Right.
That's a story. Remember Demi Lovato was a they for like 2 weeks, and then I think she retracted it and was like, I'm not a they anymore. It's like, pick a lane.
If you look at actors and actresses and often musicians and maybe even a lot of comedians too, at the core of what these people want is attention.
Right.
Someone who doesn't do those things probably isn't like, I need to have more people look at me. Like, it's inherently in what you do is someone who needs more people to look at you or wants to be that person.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of effort to say, I want to be in front of a camera, or I want to be on a stage, or there's clearly attention is a big part of what you feed off of.
Right. So it's like,
So of course more of them are going to be theys and have more rules, and it's saying I want a bucket full of green M&Ms in my green room, you know?
And
you call me this, and I only want pink Starburst. It's like, it's all the same vibe.
And then a lot of people now coming out that they're autistic.
Yeah.
For attention, that seems to be a thing too. Like, I'm actually neurodivergent. But you seemed pretty neurotypical until last week.
Also, maybe you're just annoying.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot of people who are just annoying. And I think a lot of households don't have abusive fathers anymore. And
Nothing
I think
like an abusive dad to keep everyone in check.
Keep everybody in check.
Don't make dad mad!
Maybe an abusive older brother. Maybe an abusive older sister who's like a mean girl. But I think there's not enough of... I don't think there's enough of people just fucking having people rub it in their fucking face anymore. I think that always happened when I grew up.
Dads, when we grew up, were intense. 80s dads?
80s dads were real, dude.
80s dads were real.
Because they didn't want you to grow up to be annoying.
Dude,
no one hires annoying people. It's easier to get a job when you're not annoying. It's easier to keep a job when you're not annoying. It's easy. All those things are easier. And then once you have the road to be like, well, I'm an actor or an actress or a musician anyways, I might as well just be really annoying because those rules don't apply to me anymore.
I'm not getting enough attention. Should I come out as autistic next week? Yeah. You know, there's that.
I also think cool comedians don't do it because in comedy, there is a system of abuse in place where if you are just doing stuff for attention, people will see through that and you might not be rewarded by your community if you're like insincerely a they, them or insincere.
Oh, yeah. If you're an insincere they, them in comedy, don't even bother showing up to the party.
Dan St. Germain once gave me this term that I think he just said randomly one day, but I think about it all the time. And he goes, obvious moves. And he goes, some people have obvious moves, some people don't. And I think if you have too many moves in comedy, people don't like you. At the very least, they'll talk shit about you constantly. There's a lot of shit talking in stand-up, and people with obvious moves, everyone's talking shit about you. Not all the time, but when we're at a low moment, we're taking it out on you guys.
You're like, well, she's doing a gay show, and I don't even think she's gay. Those types of things where you're like, what?
Actors are more isolated. There's not a community around you 5 days a week shaming you for your obvious moves when you're an actor.
No. There's just people being like, you look amazing, girl. Keep it up.
Yeah, because they don't want to get fired.
so brat summer right now.
Mm-hmm. Don't get the cunt actress angry.
Don't.
Good evening, Mrs. They. Please don't fire me. I'm just your makeup girl. I'll call you whatever the fuck you want, you dumb cunt.
Good evening, Mrs. They.
Mm-hmm. No, actresses are great.
Yeah, we love actresses here.
I do. I know a lot of actresses. They have their perks too, and they're not all they thems. So I didn't mean to make them all seem like that way.
You didn't mean to lump all the actresses together.
No.
How often do you go to Erewhon?
Great question. Thank you.
Yeah.
On average,
Yeah.
in what, the last 365 days or in 2024?
365? How many days do you think you're at Erewhon?
I could check the app, but I'd say I average like not that much, maybe like 3 times a month.
3 times a month. That's not bad.
Thanks.
And
What
then
are you there?
About 3 times a month too. I'm going in for the smoothies only.
Oh, really?
I'm addicted to those fucking smoothies. And then people are like, they're so expensive. I'm like, yeah, it's the same price as an alcoholic beverage in Los Angeles.
Which one you get? The Hailey Bieber one?
No, I get the coconut cloud.
I'm kind of disappointed in myself because I have an Erewhon membership, and when you have that, you get a free drink every month.
You've been sleeping on your free drink?
I never get my free drink.
Don't even tell me that. That is one of the worst things you could have told me. Are you
so
serious?
Sorry. I had a feeling this would be a bombshell for you.
Dude, you're sleeping on your free smoothies at Erewhon?
I just they used to send reminders and they don't anymore, and I forget.
No, they don't send reminders because you're just putting money back into their pockets.
They did for a little bit. When is it? The
hell?
first 2 weeks of the month or something?
I don't know. I'm not a member.
Oh fuck! You're not a member and you go there?
Yeah.
Become a member already.
Okay.
You'll make your money back.
It's like the Dyson.
It's $200, but you'll make your money back.
Do you save a lot of money by being a member?
You get 10% back every time. So we spend $2,000 there in a year. Yeah.
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 I guess you do.
And you get a little member thing.
You get a free
treats.
smoothie.
You get a free smoothie once a month. So it sounds like it's for you for sure.
The smoothies, they take you to another dimension. They're worth every penny.
I often do an Earth Bar smoothie at the gym.
There's an Earth Bar at the Encino Equinox?
Every Equinox has an Earth Bar. They got rid of Keels, though. Did you know that?
What?
There's no more Keels at Equinox.
Wait, what?
Yeah, they got
Why
rid of
are you
it a
even
few months
paying?
ago.
What did they replace it with?
Some shit company.
Wait.
But they make it seem fancy, but it's no Keels, baby.
No.
Yeah.
I remember Keels kept
I'm
Kim
almost
going there for a while. I remember she was out of shampoo. She refilled her little thing at Equinox with Keels.
I almost don't want to go there anymore. The towels smell. There's no Keels. I'm working out with Tarzana.
No,
Yeah.
I'm working out with Tarzana.
Yeah. It's not because Equinox is always selling a lifestyle. And I'm like, it's like an 80-year-old Jewish guy.
There's no Keels.
It's like a prostitute,
I'm
a
still
90s comic lifestyle. And I'm like, not exactly Equinox.
an OnlyFans bitch.
Yeah, there's some of that. But it's a lot of moms. I feel like I'm with a lot of moms. And there's bros too.
Being around a lot of moms makes me feel safe.
Dads, lots of dads. Dads and moms, I'd say, is half of it at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember, I remember as a kid thinking that most people's moms were pretty normal, but people's dads were crazy.
Dads have to be crazy.
What is that?
You got to keep them in line because the mom's the nurturer and the one who you have to feel like loves you no matter what.
Yeah.
But your dad has to be the one who has to like keep you in line and protect you.
Yeah.
And then you won't feel safe if your dad's a bitch. So he's got to kind of flex sometimes.
Yeah, he has to drop the hammer.
Yeah. And then you're like, I'm safe. Daddy will rip someone's fucking head off.
Yeah, that's so crazy.
Yeah.
It's so true.
That's how dads show their love. I'll rip people's heads off. Don't worry about it. I'll rip your fucking head off.
I'll rip your head off. If you look at my child the wrong way, I'll rip your head off.
All right. I think we got to go.
Okay, well, thank you for
I
having
had so
me.
much fun.
So much fun. We really covered a lot.
Yeah. Am I normal? I'm normal.
Are you normal?
Yeah. This is a normal podcast.
To me, this was normal.
This is normal.
Yeah.
I'm not a lost soul or anything.
No, you're not
Just
lost.
take it completely.
I'm
I'm not completely lost in life, am I? Like, this is fine, right?
It's really funny that you just asked if you were a lost soul because I asked myself the same question like a week ago.
I just asked it on the car ride over here.
I was like, am I a lost soul?
And I was like, you're not lost. Shut up. Why that?
That's so crazy. I wonder how many other comics ask themselves
You're
if
not a
they're
fucking lost soul, dude.
You have
Stop
plenty
it.
of purpose. You're on your way to do a podcast right now. Pull it together.
Mentally ill.
I was cleaning my house and I go, am I a lost soul? No, don't think about that. That's too dark.
Yeah.
Come back.
I was like, in my next life, like God's gonna tell me I'm lost before I go to the next life, like in the in between. And then I'm like, the fuck are you thinking that for, dude? You're just thinking about God's judgment of you and where he sends you, and he's gonna tell you you're fucking lost? You're not fucking lost. Stop saying that God's gonna do. That was my drive on Mulholland.
That's so crazy. 'Cause I had a similar conversation with myself last week. But thank you so much for having me. When does this come out?
I don't know. Probably this weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, pitch stuff. Do you have not pitch stuff?
pitch stuff.
Say your
This weekend?
Would you have shows to pitch?
Yeah.
It'll come out probably by Sunday.
Okay, yeah. I'm going to be in Austin August 29th. I'm headlining at Vulcan Gas Co. Get tickets for that. And then DC Comedy Loft in November with Kim Congdon. Get tickets for that. And then you can find me on This Bitch podcast every Monday. And then on my solo podcast, Shank, that Benji's done. It's a fun show. So check that out. And thank you for having me.
I think you black out when you tell people where your shows are.
Yeah, I
Do
do.
you remember anything that just happened?
No.
Yeah.
I went to another dimension.
All right,
dude.
see ya.
Bye.